Call it Motown, call it the Motor City. To Lions fans, this is home. Ford Field in downtown Detroit. All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And that one will not be returned over the back line of the end zone, so the offense will get the ball at a decent spot, the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now former college star over in East Lansing, it's Kenneth Walker. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. 14 yards on that pass play there. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Running with authority as he pushes his way forward for a pickup of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll run it for the first time. Here comes Zach Charbonnet. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And a short pickup there to about the 18. Second down and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. 13 yards on the catch there. Good for a Lions 1st down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Baby
Anytime
girl.
you run a draw, you're hoping the linebacker reads pass and starts dropping into his pass coverage. That's what creates space for your running back to get going. Well, not this time. The linebacker saw it from the jump. He's able to penetrate in the backfield and take the runner down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. He'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception? This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Walker. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops. And just nowhere for that back to go.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Yet another Alabama back in the league. This is Brian Robinson. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle. Here's 3rd and 7. Watkins motioning over. On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. That's right side and brought in by Williams.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Trying to push the ball down the field. It's an interception. Picked off by Brandon Jones.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And that'll be a short gain up to the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That catch number 40 on the season for him.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. 17 yards on that connection. 1st down, Seattle.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it with Walker. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
This has been some kind of march downfield now, and they pay it off with 6. It's 1st and goal. Here's Walker. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up second and goal.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
Here's another shot from the 6 at second and goal. Duvernay in motion. Now this time they'll look to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Julian Love brings him down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. 16-yard pickup on that one. First down, Detroit.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on third down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
On first and 10, it's a handoff. Wait a minute, it's a reverse. They'll come to the line now on second and 2. Now Robinson. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Now a give to Gibbs, running right. That's on the outstanding tackle, Penei Sewell. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Yeah.
They'll throw out of the gun.
Yeah.
Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. 2 minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. Have to get this to the 20. Here's third down. He'll go right back to Laporta. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
They'll look to throw yet again. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4. Inside the 5, it is second and goal. They'll run it here with Robinson. And he'll get about halfway there. That's a gain of 2, down to the 2.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
They'll try to run with Robinson. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's fourth down. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
And that is just a bad time for a mental mistake. You have to secure that ball before you worry about turning upfield. You know it's fourth down. You know where the marker is. You've got to make that catch and keep this drive alive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's going to look for the home run ball. That's caught. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out.
He was one broken tackle away from a
touchdown. Lone field goal accounting for the scoring in the first half. 3-0 is our
Let me throw his blitz counter on because he's.
We'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Just one score, one lone field goal. All these two teams could muster in half number 1. What awaits us here in the second half? play action. He'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Back to the air once more on second down. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target, and it's going to be third down.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch, and instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
Mr. Sam Laporta potty eating.
His fifth catch of the afternoon. Good for
Man, eating. That's his third down guy.
Luxury. Certain teams,
I'm gonna have to just start covering Sam.
I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that
I'm gonna have to start covering Sam on third down on my own.
And do so much of his damage after the catch.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Pick it up. You're embarrassing us. They face second down and 7. A run here with Gibbs. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Byron Murphy there on the stop. Here now, 3rd and 5. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult.
I miss you.
It'll set up a 4th down.
I'm talking to you, baby. We got to return this.
That's going to be fielded back at the 5. And he'll give his guys a little bit more room to work with as he's able to get forward out beyond the 10-yard line. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment.
Oh, Tyson get her every game now.
On second down, here's a run with Charbonnet. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Damn, he got moved.
Go, he is taken down. It's Aiden Hutchinson, former number 2 overall pick, in there to bring him down. Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category.
He's going to need some more. He's going to need more than that.
But to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's
even the numbers aren't enough.
First and second down yardage on these quicks.
You got to get aggressive.
It is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll run with Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to take this all the way home. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. Taking care of business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
All right.
1st and 10. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. The throw on the run is complete. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Now a give to Walker, running right. And he's going to be close to a 1st down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head. Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hacks to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
give to Charbonnet. And just a short gain there, down to the 38. He'll drop to throw. He's going to air this one out. That's down the field and intercepted. And the Lions force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27-yard line.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen.
Let's go, Reek.
And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. The defense comes up with the big play. And the pick 6 changes all the momentum. New leader in this one with that touchdown.
Mike, this is one of those plays at the end they're going to look back on and say that play changed the game. Not only do you create the turnover, you take it back the other way, and now you find yourself with the lead here in the second half.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Now, faking the give. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job.
He could do it to Laporta, but Laporta got too many catches.
And it'll be 2nd down.
Laporta under catch management at the moment.
How is this quarterback going to bounce back following the pick 6? And you know, a lot of guys come back and they're very conservative and they just want to dink and dunk because they're scared to throw another pick. Well, we found out pretty quickly. Not this guy. He's going to continue to attack the ball downfield, and he's looking to make big plays any chance he gets.
Third and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. So points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
All right.
Handoff, Gibbs running left. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On 1st down, right back to Robinson. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It is caught left side by St. Brown. Number 14 with a pickup of 14. And a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
On 2nd down, it's Gibbs. And a good run there. Finds the lane, gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. He'll look to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down.
My club owner's name is Mickey Clark. Bought the club 3 years ago. Paid cash. Used to be trafficking. Weapons, people, drugs.
Now uranium.
Last thing we need is black market uranium.
I'm about to get a next play is probably about to be a reverse. Probably about to be a reverse pass to Jameson. That's my guess for the next little tap. A little tap pass.
Will keep the drive going.
Critical 3rd
the only
down conversion there, Mike.
people
Now
gotta fill out the numbers
downs.
somehow, some
You find
way.
yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. Not much to speak of on that one, maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Got his man at the 6. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as the tackle's made at about the 5-yard line.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And Now being first and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible. What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
One more time, it's Robinson. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
For the lead, here is 3rd and goal. And he'll take it on in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop?
Oh.
Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A run here right side, and it's Charbonnet. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minutes. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
Now, Walker. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He's got it at about the 8. And he will score. Touchdown, Seahawks. Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. This is 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Now, deep shot for Amon-Ra. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Watkins motioning over. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And they'll get about 8.
Well, that was a weird catch animation.
Still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Similar to a tight end.
I ain't never seen the AI catch. I ain't never seen the AI catch the ball like that.
He makes all the
That's a secure catch.
Tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
I don't know about
Big
that
play
one.
in the game right here. It's 3rd down. That's caught.
These are the secure catches.
And the defense
Why they-
can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Now pass deep for St. Brown. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 38-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it.
GG's 10. Another close game. Whew. All right. What do we have next week? The rest of our schedule's been kind of brutal. Well, we have the Steelers next week. That's going to be a tough game. All right, so I'll catch you on the next one.